stuff that's going on in the world right now is written in the book. And that's the problem, especially with the so-called black man and black woman. Because we don't understand our history. We don't understand what it takes to receive salvation because we so used to being on the bottom. We so used to saying, master this, master that. We so used to amounting to nothing or being nothing that when we actually get to something, when we actually are a part of something, when we're actually loved, then we don't understand how to receive it. So we gonna see today what we supposed to receive and how we supposed to receive it. What's going on, brother? You all right?
All right.
Let's get Deuteronomy 76.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7, verse 6.
Let's see what the Most High God said about the children of Israel. The so-called black man and black woman. The people that they painted in the book to be white people. Right? Let's see.
For thou art an holy people.
He told us that we are what?
And holy people.
He told us that we are holy people. That means set apart. If you set apart off the rip, you already know that you ain't like everybody else. Right? This is important. This is key. Read on.
For thou art an holy people unto Yahuwah thy power.
Yeah.
Yahuwah thy power has chosen thee.
He has done what?
Has chosen thee.
He has done what?
Has chosen thee.
Do anybody know what it feels like to actually be chosen? You ever play pickup basketball and it's 7 people on the court and only 6 people got to be picked up and you get that spot? That's being chosen, right? It make you feel good, like somebody want me to play. The Most High God of the Bible said, you've been chosen, black man. You've been chosen, black woman. Right? Read on.
Has chosen thee to be a special people.
He chose you to be what?
A special people.
He chose us to be a special people. Right? Read on.
Unto himself.
He chose us to be special to himself. Keep reading.
Above all people.
Hold on, say that again.
Above all people.
That man said, I chose you to be on the bottom.
Above all people.
I chose you to be slaves.
Above all people.
That man said, I chose you above all people that's on the what?
That are upon the face of the earth.
Just like I was telling the brother that was over here before, the sad thing about him choosing us to be above everybody is right now, we on the bottom. Right now, we below. You would agree to that? You know what I'm saying? You agree? We on the bottom. The people that you see in the world that got melanin, we on the bottom of the bottom. The lowest of the low. But it's a reason for that. It's a reason why we on the bottom. Give me Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter and the first verse. Because he told us, he said, look, y'all the fastest, y'all the smartest, y'all the wisest people that ever walked on the earth. Can't nobody do nothing without us. America wouldn't be built without us. Nothing in the world would be done without us. So why do we got the position that we got? The only power that can put us in that position is the Most High. Why? Because we messed up. We screwed up. If your mama say you get all A's on your report card and I'm gonna give you $100 per A, who can do anything to mess that up? You. Right? That's what happened. Deuteronomy 28 verse 1. Let's see what's up.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 verse 1. And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of Yahuwah thy power.
So he said, if you listen, he ain't just say, just listen. He said, you listen good to my voice, right? Read.
To observe and to do all his commandments.
To observe and do all his commandments. The funny thing about what he just said is that in church, they tell us the commandments done away with. In church, they say, hey, the Old Testament is done away with, but I still want your time money. It's backwards, right? In the church, they tell you, you ain't got to do nothing that the guy said. Creflo Dollar say, oh, the commandments is what do you say? It's not profitable for us right now. That makes no sense. If we don't keep the commandments, that means it's okay for me to kill. If we don't keep the commandments, it's okay for me to sleep with a brother wife. Ain't none of that right? But they tell us in church, you ain't got to keep the commandments no more. You know what I'm saying? Read on.
Which I command thee this day.
So he told her, black man, black woman, you keep these commandments, I got you. Read on.
That Yahuwah thy power will set thee on high.
He will do what?
Set thee on high.
Why are we in the ghetto? He said, all you got to do is do what I say. and I got you. But if you go against what I say, I got something for you too. Read on.
Above all nations of the earth.
Above who?
All nations of the earth.
There go another spot in the book where he told you, I'm gonna put you above everybody on the earth. But again, we find ourselves on the bottom. Why is that? Let's see, keep going.
Verse 2. And all these blessings shall come on thee,
He said,
and overtake thee.
I'm gonna bless you with these things. What he gonna bless us with? Let's see.
If thou shalt hearken unto the voice of Yahuwah power, blessed shalt thou be in the city.
Blessed shall you be in the city. We live in Detroit, right? How many of us riding around in a $50,000 car? How many of us is living in the suburbs? We live in Detroit. He said, if you keep my commandments, I'm going to do what?
Bless thee.
In the city. We living in the hood. Read on.
And blessed shalt thou be in the field.
Blessed shall you be in the what?
In the field.
That means you was going to be growing your own stuff. You was going to have your own vineyards. All that stuff, right? We pick cotton for a living. For somebody else to get rich.
That's right.
You feel what I'm saying? They did this to us. This, matter of fact, give me Jeremiah 22:13. Hold on to y'all. Y'all got any questions? Let me know. You know what I'm saying? We go through this book all day long. All day
Psalms 82 said.
Oh, you talking about being God? Oh, you talking about? What about that? What about that particular?
Demonstrate it. No, don't demonstrate it. That's the exercise of the demon. Teach it.
So what about that particular scripture? I know it was like not the Egyptology type deal, right?
No.
Just saying that we made in the image of the Father.
Get the mirrors of that.
I got you. I got you. Let's see what them people did to us. 22:13.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 22, verse 13. Woe unto him that builded his house by unrighteousness.
That built his what?
His house by unrighteousness.
Was America not built on unrighteousness? Was it not built on the backs of our forefathers?
Build on guns.
Hey, the blood, sweat, tears of our people, all right?
Build on guns.
They wouldn't even have America if it wasn't for them.
They would have bigger if they had guns.
Guns on who?
Guns.
On who? Against who?
Everybody.
Hold up. Feel what I'm saying? He says, woe to him that built his house on unrighteousness. Read on.
And his chambers by wrong.
And his what?
His chambers by wrong.
Y'all would agree that hiring somebody for free and beat them if they ain't do the work is wrong, right? They say that in the book. We're about to get to it. Read on.
That useth his neighbor's service.
That do what?
Useth his neighbor's service.
Y'all would agree that picking cotton in the cotton fields and building up massive houses would be service, right? It says that using your neighbor's service for what?
Without wages.
Without what?
Without
That
wages.
sounds like for free to me. That sounds like slavery to me. That sounds like slavery to me. You get what I'm saying? That's us all day. Who else did that? Who else can fit in that category? So-called black man, right? Read that again. Read that 13th verse.
Jeremiah, chapter 22, verse 13.
Can y'all still hear over there? All right.
Woe unto him that builded his house by unrighteousness, and his chambers by wrong.
He built his chambers by wrong. This country was built off the blood, sweat, and tears of our forefathers. We can't get that back. They talking about 40 acres and a mule. That ain't enough. Millions of our babies been killed. You feel what I'm saying? We done been slaughtered throughout the years in this place. Read on.
That useth his neighbor's service without wages.
That uses what?
Neighbor's service without wages.
How many pastors told y'all this in church? How many Christian pastors showed you that slavery was in the book? No. Jeremiah 7 and 8. Jeremiah 7 and 8.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 7, verse 8.
Yeah.
Behold ye, trust in lying words.
You do what?
Trust in lying words.
When we in these so-called churches, man, they lying to us, bro. On the real. They lied to us to get this right here. Right here. I used to be in the church. You know what I'm saying? I used to preach in the church. It's all about your pocket. The more members they get, the more money they get. Right? He says, woe to you that what?
Behold, ye trust in lying
He
words.
says, behold, you trust in lying words that what?
That cannot profit.
That cannot what?
That cannot profit.
He says, if you pay your tithes, you gonna have, what is that he said? You pay your tithes then you're gonna have an abundance of money, an abundance of blessings, right? He gonna open up the windows of heaven. How many times have you paid tithes in your life? Quite a few, right? How many times have your bank account exceeded your expectation out of nowhere? It ain't happened. How many of us is living on the up and up because we pay tithes? It ain't happening because they lied to you about it. We gonna get into that. Read that.
Will ye steal?
Will you what?
Will ye steal?
That's all they doing. They behind the pulpit collecting dough from the people. They stealing. They not out here preaching the word of the Most High. They not out here trying to tell you that you need to live set apart. They ain't out here telling you that you need to be the holy people of the earth. They ain't out here telling you need to keep the commandments. They ain't out here for your salvation. These pastors want you to pay them to come out and teach this stuff in the streets. You feel what I'm saying?
I got a good question.
Go ahead.
So, I heard what you're saying all about the church and everything, but I believe, churches ain't gonna just show body. The temple is the body. But in terms of the black revolution and everything, and this, I'm going to school for this, so how do you feel about us? We were free about 300 years ago. We was in slavery for a long time, got free. Why haven't we came over here? Why don't we show ourselves? I believe I don't depend on another man, reparations, or even the 40 acres and some, it don't matter to me. I feel like they put us behind because they wasn't teaching us to read and write, so that's how you see so many illiterates today, because our forefathers didn't know how to read and write. That's why we are illiterate today. And I believe in terms of the growth of our black community, we have to take it upon ourselves. When Detroit was bustling with blacks, every business down here was black owned.
Absolutely.
You go down before the riots, everything was black owned. That's when Detroit was starting to bust. So why we not like that anymore? They say I'm an old soul, but I just believe that's how it should be.
The truth of the matter is, 200 years out of slavery. No, I won't even say 200 years. In Tulsa, Oklahoma, we talking about 50, 60 years outside of slavery. We had airplanes, we had our own hospitals, own movie theaters, own everything, right? Black Wall Street. Even down here, what was it called here? You remember?
Black bottom.
Black bottom, right? Like what you was just talking about. Let me show you why we can't prevail like that. You know what I'm saying? Because there's nowhere in the world, if we got those superpowers like that, that we wouldn't be able to defend ourselves. It will only have to be something that's stopping us because of something we ain't doing. Deuteronomy 28:15. I'm about to show you. Because it's important that we know this. If we don't know where we came from, we ain't gonna know where in the world we're going. You feel what I'm saying? History is important. And because they hide our history, because they use what they call it historians, right? The stuff they tell us. Even when we learn how to read and write, what we read? We read their books. We ain't reading for real. They keep you away from this because they say this is just religion. This is a history book. People try to tie religion up in this thing. This is a history book. This to show you how to live right. This to show you how to eat right. You get what I'm saying? Let's see. Deuteronomy 28:15. Let's see.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 15.
Go ahead.
But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of Yahuwah thy power.
Now, this the key. Now remember, these are so-called black people in this book. I don't care what they try to paint on TV. Can't believe what they say on TV. Ain't no white people gonna be surviving over there. You feel what I'm saying? So he said, if you will not keep the command, because he told them, look, I brought you up out of Egypt. I'm gonna put you over here in this land. You gonna do your thing, right? Read that.
To observe, to do all his commandments.
You don't do what I say do though. Now we talking about the God of the earth. You know what I'm saying? Can't nobody stop what he gonna do unless he stop it, right? Read on.
And his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. All these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
Now, when we owned our own stores, we was popping. You know what I'm saying? We was flourishing. We had doctors making $600 an hour. You feel what I'm saying? From our own dollar. Our dollar would change within the community 23 times before it leave out. You feel what I'm saying? Read on.
Curse shalt thou be in the city.
Curse shall you be where?
In the city. And curse shalt thou be in the field.
Curse shall you be in the city, and curse shall you be in the field. Every time we try to get up, every time we try to build something, it always gets torn down by who? Our own people. Crab in the bucket. Why? Exactly, but why is that? You can get 10 white dudes. They'll put $100 together every month. How much money is that? Huh? $100 10 white dudes. $1,000 a month. Can black people do that? You can even have dudes selling dope together. You feel what I'm saying? And be done clapped each other out in a couple months. Because you get a little bit more paper than me. You feel what I'm saying? Read that.
Verse 18.
Yeah.
Cursed shall be the fruit of thy body, and the fruit of thy land.
And the fruit of your what?
Of thy land.
Do we own land right now? But we did. The reason why we ain't got it no more because we've been doing wrong. All we got, man, when black people band together, I don't care out of what circumstance, we can't be stopped. So the only thing that can be stopping is another force. Right? Read.
The increase of thy kind.
The increase of your what?
Of thy kind.
Your cattle, all of these things, right? Read.
And the flocks of thy sheep. Cursed shalt thou be when thou comest in.
Curse shall you be when you what?
Comest in.
And curse shall you be when you what?
And cursed shalt thou be when thou goest
I'm
out.
gonna left out of your doorstep like, man, I don't know, I might have to pack the heat today. You know what I'm saying? Or I can't go down this neighborhood. You feel what I'm saying? I can't wear these shoes over here. They might try to jump me. They might try to rob me. Alright? It's a reason for that. Matter of fact, keep verse 54. We can't get ahead because of us. We the only people. Can't no other race stand up to ours. Nobody. I don't care who you get. Can't nobody stand up to ours and do what we do. You feel what I'm saying? We are our own enemy because we refuse to keep the commandments that he laid out for us. We refuse to look at our history. We refuse to see the thing that actually got us on top. So when you get it, let's just say this. You got an uncle, right? Your uncle put you on. He starts you 4 or 5 minutes, right? All this stuff is in his name. But you making millions of dollars now. And all of a sudden, you like, man, my girl needs you, man. Go on somewhere, man. What he gonna do? He's gonna take it. Because he the one who gave it to him. All the stuff that we got now, as far as our physical attributes, our abilities, our minds, everything, he gave it to him. You feel what I'm saying?
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 54. So that the man that is tender among you,
It's a young man. The man is tender months. Young like me and you, right?
and very delicate, his eyes shall be evil toward his brother.
That's why we can't get nowhere. Who else doing this to each other? The whole thing is called black on black crime. You don't never hear no white on white crime, Asian on Asian crime. You hear black on black crime because our eyes is evil towards each other. We can't get along for nothing. You wearing nicer clothes than me. So now I gotta try to rob you and you in the same position I'm in. I ain't trying to rob both of dudes out there. You know what I'm saying? Where you go? So that the man that is tender among you and very delicate, his eyes shall be evil towards his brother and toward the wife of his bosom. We can't even treat our women right. We done call them bees and hoes so much that now I'm the baddest bee. You know what I'm saying? Hoes get paid, right? It's slow. You feel what I'm saying? We don't. And toward the wife of his bosom, and toward the remnant of his children. This is why we can't which he shall lead. Wait, the remnant of his what? Children. The remnant of his what? Children. How many fatherless children you know? Black. A lot. Mama's babies, daddy's what? Daddy's baby. Who else is there but us? What other community of people lead their children? This is why we can't get nowhere. Because we in the spot to where we like, hey, she had a baby, I'm finished. How many white people you see on more? Very few. How many of us you see on more? Read that again. So that the man that is tender among you and very delicate, his eyes shall be evil towards his brother. His eye evil towards his brother, and what else? And toward the wife of his bosom. And what else? And toward the remnant of his children, which he shall leave. If you got fathers leaving the children, how we gonna build? How we gonna build a community if you ain't raising your baby? We can't do nothing, we stuck. You know what I'm saying? We stuck in a position of staying on the bottom. We don't have to, like this. You got white people, right? They done built up their communities, all that, this, that, and the third. So when grandpa die off, he can pass down an inheritance. And then he can pass down an inheritance. When you die and you got children in the black community, what are you leaving? A bill. That's the only thing you can leave your kid in the black community is a bill. You ain't raised your kids. We can't do nothing for ourselves. You feel what I'm saying? We so dependent. Bridge card. They give you just enough for you to be like, oh, I'm good. And then when they cut it off, we ready to cut each other off. We ready to cut each other next. Why? Because we didn't listen to the Most High. Give me verse 48. Let me see if you can peep this. Verse 48. This all in the book. They don't tell us this.
Therefore shall thy serve thy enemy.
You shall do what?
Serve thy enemy.
We gonna do what?
Serve thy enemy.
When we came over here, we was picking cotton for who? We serving our enemies. They wasn't nice bringing us over here on them slave ships. You know what I'm saying? They didn't even give us the right name when they brought us. Do you know that the slave ship that they brought us over here was on called Slave Ship Jesus? And then got the nerve to put it in our book? Like that's the name? These Hebrews. That's a Greek name. You know history, right? That's a Greek name. What's that man doing with the name Jesus? You feel what I'm saying? But this is the trickery that they play with our mind. So we came over here serving our enemy. Read.
Therefore shall thou serve thy enemies, which the Most High shall send against thee. In hunger.
And what?
In hunger.
If you hungry, where you gotta go?
Store.
You gotta go to the store, huh? Who is on about?
Chaldeans.
Chaldeans, right?
Right.
We gonna serve them in hunger and what else?
And in thirst.
When you thirsty, where you gotta go? Same thing, right? Read.
And in nakedness.
And in what?
And in nakedness.
When you need clothes, where you gotta go?
Store.
You gotta go to the, no, nothing I got on say, my people made this. This right here though. What else? This right here though. You feel what I'm saying? But other than that, we wearing what our enemies gave us. We can't do nothing on our own. This is why we can't succeed. You feel what I'm saying? We pissed off the Father so much. He like, look, until y'all get it right, I can't do nothing for you. You know what I'm saying? When you in your father's house and you piss him off and he put you in timeout, he spank your behind, put you in timeout, when you coming out? When he say it. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, give me Genesis, the 15th chapter, the 13th verse. Okay, go ahead.
He said, did you hear what he said? It's a black man. We band together. Nothing can stop us.
Absolutely.
They knew that if we band together, you gonna hit it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'm gonna show you exactly what he's talking about. Hey,
They wrote a letter, man. It's called How to Make It Slave. John Lynch letter.
Willie Lynch.
But not John. What's his name?
Willie Lynch. You said 300. They said it was gonna last 300 years. In slavery, it lasted. Now it's affecting us outside of it. You know why? It's still slavery. It's not physical no more. The worst type of slavery you can have is mental, because you can't break chains in your brain. You feel what I'm saying? Unless you get in this book. That's the only way you're gonna break them chains. The reason, and this is why I'm stressing this, because they preach this as a religious book. This ain't no religious book. This gonna tell you who you is from day one to today. You feel what I'm saying? Read that. Genesis 15:13.
And he said unto Abram,
How long did they say we supposed to been in slavery over here? Huh? They say 400 years, right? Let's see what the book says. I ain't got nothing to do with writing nothing in this book. Read that.
and he said unto Abram, know of surety
No of a surety.
that thy seed shall be a stranger.
You shall be a what?
A stranger.
When we came over here, was we familiar with over here? He said you gonna be a what?
Stranger.
A stranger. Read on.
In a land that is not there.
In a land that, well, we ain't know nothing about no America. We came over here looking around like, what is this? I don't see no tigers running around. You feel what I'm saying? We used to the tropical weather. We get up. Come on, man. Let's keep going.
And shall serve them.
And so what?
And shall serve
He
them.
told Abraham, know for sure your seed is going to be in a strange land and serve these people. Read.
And they shall serve them.
For how long?
And they shall afflict them 400 years.
How long?
400 years.
Who this talking about? It say ain't nobody but us, right? You know the crazy thing about it? He reiterated this in the New Testament. Let's see. Give me Acts 7, verse 6. This is what don't nobody tell you in church, because they ain't paid to. Like I said, I was there. We don't get paid to tell the truth. We only get paid to tell what the white man told us. That's it. You feel what I'm saying? I'm gonna get a building fund. That's salary, man. When I found that out, I was tripping. You know what I'm saying? Behind closed door, they was like, yeah, what the pastor get in and make is called salary. Wait a minute. I thought it was a building fund. They can't tell you the truth in there because they don't get paid to. You only get paid for your job. Their job is to deceive the people. Acts the 7th chapter and the 6th verse. Let's see what we can come up with. Hey man, you got a phone number or something? Hey man, get in contact with us, bro. Get in contact with us, man.
And the Most High,
He said this in the New Testament. Listen up.
and the Most High spake on these wives, that his seed shall sojourn in a strange land, and they should bring them into bondage.
Into what?
Into bondage.
It's another word for bondage. Slavery. They're gonna bring them into bondage,
And entreat them evil.
and then treat them evil. He said they're gonna treat them evil over here. Burnings, chopping off your manhood, killing your babies. You feel what I'm saying? They entreated us evil. We came over here, read.
And entreat them evil. 400 years.
This was gonna happen for 400 years. The Bible talk about it. But then you got a black president though, right? He in there. He's acting like a good old nigga, as they were saying. He ain't did nothing for us, bro. He ain't did no more for us than Bush did. No more for us than.
I rock with Obama because Obama, he wasn't just like, he was in a tough position because his whole thing was, he gonna fail. They want him to fail regardless. He couldn't get the health care push.
They couldn't get the what?
He couldn't get the health care push, right? Then you got the whole house Republicans on that. So then from the whole house Republican, what was the fact? They already don't like him. So when it comes to Obama, I'm a fan of Obama because Obama actually, the one thing I say about Obama actually got the car and walk the street. You don't see that with a normal president. You try to get to people involved, but what way do you have when all your enemies are in charge of you?
I feel you. Now let's flip it. Right?
Tell me something.
Now, you a man of principle. Right? As a man of principle, what you say goes. Obama came out and said he was a man of the Bible. Yeah? Now, if you stand on this principle, that means it ain't too much things that you gonna let somebody sway you on. You know what I'm saying? What do they call Obama? Do you know what they call Obama in the, what was that, Newsweek? Or something like that? They called him the first gay president. Why was that? He allowed gay marriage. Now, it's not nothing bad if he didn't say, I stand on the book, right? But he said he stand on the book. So, when you, like, I'm pretty sure you're familiar with some of this stuff. Do you believe that presidency is by selection or election? It's by selection.
Because
They're
the ones to tell you to run.
Exactly.
Because you gotta win the Democrat National Party, gotta get them.
And then the Electoral College is the one who do it all, right? So for Obama to get in office, this was no, oh man, a black man just popped up.
We gonna give you something. But it's like the famous Paul Mooney quote. They can't never let niggas have too much fun.
Exactly. Now, I seen the movie. I can't remember this movie for nothing. But they said this. Give me Psalms 2 and 2 and I'll say that. They say the smartest thing to do is to put a nigga in position. Why? Because we can't deceive you too much with our white skin. So if we put somebody that you esteem as being a great man in office, everything we tell them, they all playing the same game. They all going hand in hand. Let's see how. Psalms 2 and 2.
The kings of the earth set themselves.
The who?
The kings of the earth set themselves.
Now the crazy thing about this is a lot of people say it was God's doing that Obama is in office. Feel what I'm saying? Read that part again.
The kings of the earth set themselves. And the rulers take counsel together.
They do what?
Take counsel together.
They take counsel together. Read.
Against the Most High.
Against who?
The Most High.